Treasure Planet was one of my favorite movies growing up. It's exciting, it's action-packed, the characters are great, and it just exudes creativity and wonder at every turn. So then why did it flop? The film has long been considered a failure by Disney, but for some reason, 23 years later, after its release, I'm starting to hear more people give this movie the credit it deserves. So today we're talking all things Treasure Planet, why it flopped, what makes it great, and how it's risen to become one of Disney's greatest cult classics.
That's Treasure Planet.
Flint's Trove? The loot of 1,000 worlds?
All of this started when I was leaving Disneyland a little while back, and I was booking it to get out of the park before their big show ended and the crowds piled out. But then one line of dialogue hit my ears, and as they opened up to listen, it stopped me in my tracks.
I hope I'm there, catching some of the light coming off you that day.
Disney was advertising Treasure Planet, their big failure? The prodigal son has returned. Before I go any further, let's do some quick history. In 1985, Ron Clements pitched a movie to Disney about a young teen who was dreaming of more, who wanted to go on an adventure to a new world, on a journey of self-discovery, and Disney loved the idea. They said, we have to make that movie right away. It's gonna be a smash hit. That movie is The Little Mermaid.
What?
The cartoon one. I don't know if you knew there was a cartoon one. But in that same meeting, Clements pitched another movie, Treasure Island in Space. That's the working title. And Disney said, hell nah. Listen, guy, Paramount across town, they're making a new Star Trek film that's gonna be pretty similar to Treasure Island. So trust us, it's the right move to skip this one. And if you're trying to guess, hey, which Star Trek movie was this? Keep guessing, because it got canceled. It never got made. Clements and his partner, John Musker, would make The Little Mermaid, and they said, hey, Disney, you know, we still kind of want to make that. Hell no, dude, get out of here. I keep saying no. So then the duo dropped a certified slapper on the mat. Boom, they said Aladdin. Little Mermaid? Aladdin? Surely they got the sauce. They got Disney's trust to make their movie now. It was pitched again, and the new chief of Disney said, nope, I'm not really feeling that, guy, and not feeling the vibe. Justifiably, they're heated. So they go to the top dog, right? They go to Roy E. Disney, the feature animation chairman and nephew of Walt himself. And Roy said, boys, we're about to peek all over this place. I got your back. Just make Hercules real quick, and you're good to go. They drop Hercules and begin production on Treasure Planet.
Finally!
Which would release a few years later in 2002, 17 years after it was pitched. Unfortunately, wouldn't go too well. When it comes to why the movie flopped so hard, it's tough to pinpoint one thing in particular, but there are a lot of theories. One that isn't really a theory, but rather an objective fact, is that 2002 was stacked. Star Wars Episode 2, Scooby-Doo, Lord of the Rings 2, Lilo and Stitch, Ice Age, Spider-Man 2, Harry Potter 2. A lot of twos. And that's just the start. Obviously, it's not like all of these movies came out at the same time, but a lot of them were aimed at kids, and it can be difficult and expensive to get the whole family in a theater. And the more movies that come out aimed at kids, the less they'll probably see. Another theory is that the film was sabotaged. Like, that's a real theory. I'm not with that one. Another one is that the film simply just didn't have an audience. A lot of musical films were marketed more as family films for young boys and girls alike, whereas Treasure Planet really seemed to just aim at things traditionally associated with boys. It wasn't as Disney, you know, as past films. A little more in line with what was coming out of studios like DreamWorks. The film had a budget of $140 million, but only made $12 million its opening weekend, finishing with only $109 million, $30 million under its budget, and that's not including the marketing. The film is regarded as one of the most expensive film failures of all time. But when this film failed, it didn't just kill one film, it killed a whole franchise. Before this film's release, Disney expected the film to be this massive hit. They had a sequel being written with storyboards already made, a new villain played by Willem Dafoe. Disneyland planned to turn their submarine ride into a Treasure Planet ride. A TV series, more direct-to-video sequels, all scrapped in an instant. But here's the thing about movies, right? One studio's trash is another generation's treasure. Despite its financial shortcomings, the people that saw this film really liked it. The film got nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Picture. But even the critics don't matter that much. To the kids like myself who were growing up around the time this came out, this was special. I'll never forget, dude, the old VHS I had of this movie and the excitement I got just looking at the cover, all the space on. I was just like, I gotta watch that right now. While I did grow up watching Aladdin and Lion King, all those other Disney classics, none of them quite spoke to me at this age the way this one did. Kids want to adventure, they want to play pirates and cowboys and aliens. It's a longing all kids should have in order to develop a good imagination, that longing to just adventure. Jim was just like me. He's literally me. He wanted to adventure. He wanted to make new friends, enemies, find treasure, ride cool spaceports. It was every kid's dream. The movie is just cool, dude. It's one of my first, I think, exposures to sci-fi as a genre. This was everything I could have wanted in a film as a kid, and because of that, it holds a very special place in my heart. Kids who can't affect the box office or Oscar votes grow up to remember the movies that impacted them, and they talk about those movies. They tell people about those films. Example, this video you're watching right now, literally what this is. Kids can't tell their parents what they want to see, especially because back in 2002, the toddlers weren't on their iPads 24/7 like right now, watching clips of Frozen or Maui. The media selection of kids was often curated 100% by their parents. If your parents didn't hear about a movie, you were not gonna hear about this movie. Movie marketing still sucks today for most films. And we have social media. Can you imagine how much harder it was back then? I really think if Treasure Planet released in 2025, it would get the love it deserves because we're in the Wild West right now. The Disney logo, it's not a free win, but quality is king. Smaller films like K-Pop Demon Hunters, smaller in scope of the marketing compared to a Disney film, they can find the right audience and become the biggest thing on the planet. I love this movie and I'll always love this movie. I can't wait for the day I have kids so I can experience it with them as well. Little kids, you gotta want to adventure. It's not perfect, but it has so much heart, so much style, so much just love in this film, dude. It's fantastic. If for some reason you have not seen this film, you absolutely should. And it's a really interesting movie in terms of its release and marketing and the era in which it came out. Thanks so much for watching. I was really happy to talk about Treasure Planet. I really liked making this video. Hit subscribe. I got some more ones coming out. You're gonna want to stick around. Subscribe to the second channel. Follow me on Letterboxd. Bye-bye.